When God told Samuel to tell the people, if you have a king, he's going to take. It didn't have to be that way. But God knew that's how it would go. So we're going to move into the book of the Kings. David's had a very blessed life, a lot of chaos, a lot of family problems, a lot of personal problems. But he's been faithful to the Lord through and through. Not sinless. There's a difference between keeping my commandments and being sinless. So let's go to 1 Kings chapter 2, verse 1 through 3. So we've skipped the first chapter, and I can tell you right now, there's just a lot of chaos going on right now in the kingdom. David's first son is dead. He tried to take over the kingdom. Some of David's faithfuls higher up went with his son and turned their back on him, and there's had to be a lot of forgiveness. Now we go into the book of Kings, and already the sons of David, other remaining sons, have been vying for the throne, and Solomon is supposed to be at the throne because apparently he was promised this, or at least Bathsheba says so. So Bathsheba's getting involved, and Nathan the prophet's getting involved, and there's other prophets and priests getting involved, and yeah, the nation is basically, it's a game, and eventually, they end up going to David, who's much older in his years, very old, and in fact seems kind of indifferent about what's going on, or maybe might even be senile. He's 70, and but eventually David gets up. Yeah, that doesn't mean anything though. Everybody's senile. But Saul is the one who was set on the throne to be king after David. Or not Saul, but Solomon, yeah. As David, we're reading chapter 2 of Kings, 1 Kings. As David's time to die drew near, he charged Solomon his son, saying, I am going the way of all the earth. Be strong, therefore, and show yourself a man. And keep the charge of the Lord your God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes, his commandments, his ordinances, and his testimonies, according to what is written in the law of Moses, that you may succeed in all that you do and wherever you turn. Solomon, no matter what you do, love God. Let's read from 1 Kings chapter 9. All these scriptures I'm reading from, they're all listed on here, so if you want to go back and reread them, they're here. Chapter 9, verses 4 through 7. Now this is God talking to Solomon after David has died. And as for you, if you walk before me as your father David walked, in integrity of heart and uprightness, doing according to all that I have commanded you, all that I've commanded you, and will keep my statutes and my ordinances, then I will establish the throne of your kingdom over Israel forever, just as I promised your father David, saying, you shall not lack a man on the throne of Israel. But if you or your sons shall indeed turn away from following me, and shall not keep my commandments and my statutes which I have set before you, and shall go and serve other gods and worship them, then I will cut off Israel from the land which I have given them, and the house which I have consecrated for my name. I will cast out of my sight. So Israel will become a proverb and a byword among all the people. First Kings chapter 11, verses 1 through 3. Yes?
We're out of time.
What? I thought we'd go to 8:30.
Well, two of you are teaching today.
Yeah, and I'm leading up to him.
Yeah, but you've got to get to him. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but we've got 40 minutes.
All right. Respect.
First Kings chapter 11, verses 1 through 3. Now King Solomon loved many foreign women along with the daughter of Pharaoh, Moabite, Ammonite, Edomite, Sidonian, and Hittite women. And this rings all the way back to the Exodus. God has been very clear. If you marry the people of the land, it's going to compromise you. From the nation concerning which the Lord had said to the sons of Israel, you shall not associate with them, neither shall they associate with you, for they will surely turn your heart away from their gods. Solomon held fast to these in love. He had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned his heart away. You know, it's not the multiple wives, because David had multiple wives, and I think every one of the patriarchs had multiple wives. But somewhere along the way, I thought to myself, you know, I think David really loved his wives. How could you love 700 anybody? Even 700 kids. Okay, let's turn to 1 Kings chapter 12, verse 11 through 13. I'm sorry, we're staying on 1 Kings chapter 11 and going to verse 7. So Solomon has slipped away, and he has gone the way of worshiping false gods and sacrificing the most intimate thing in their faith to false gods. And now his son, Rehoboam, is going to take the throne. And here's God wanting relationship. He wants relationship with Rehoboam. And he says to him, and I will take you, and you shall reign over whatever you desire, and you shall be king over Israel. And then it will be that if you listen to all that I command you, and walk in my ways, and do what is right in my sight, by observing my statutes and my commandments, and as my servant David did, then I will be with you, and build you an enduring house, as I built for David, and I will give Israel to you.